What's going on, guys? Back with another Wizards video. Now, as you all know, the Washington Wizards returned to NBA basketball play today. I'm ready to be hurt. I'm ready to be happy. You know, I missed that feeling. Whether it was getting angry and raging, or if it was smiling and happy, and I'm able to talk trash. But before this game starts, I wanted to upload this video. I wanted to do a mid-season report card. An updated one. Now, I did one earlier in the season. I wanted you guys to know my updated numbers, my updated gradings for the Washington Wizards team as we head into the second half of the season. Now, as we know from the time back then, the Wizards were down pretty bad. Now, currently, at the midway mark, they were 8-13 in their last 11 games. They've been playing better basketball. So how does that affect the grades? Let's find out. Let's get into this video. Now, I'm going in order of what I did last video, the players I did it last video. I did forget about Garrison Matthews. I don't know how. I really don't. But the first player we're starting off with is Deni Avdija. I'm rocking the Deni jersey today. Deni Avdija, his grade initially was a B. Now, since then, I believe he's been moved to the bench. There's been, inconsistent minutes, a whole thing going off about the Wizards, how they use Deni Avdija and, him should be more involved in the offense, etc. His initial grade was a B. Now, I believe that, the benching and the way he's using the offense is an issue, and I think it's had a big impact on just his confidence level, etc. I'm going to drop him down barely from a B to a C+. And a lot of that I kind of contribute to the Wizards coaching staff and how that has affected him. And there really hasn't been anything as far as play. It's just his minutes have been so inconsistent. By default, I feel like I have to drop him a little bit. He still had the big shot against the Lakers. He still plays pretty good defense, especially switching off defensively with Rui Hachimura. They still have that really good chemistry. And I hope in the second half of the season, he can continue to grow and get more minutes and be more consistent with his playing time. And the Wizards will allow him to grow. Because I think if they allow that, I think he's going to give you a really good product on the court. So, Deni Avdija, I drop him down a little bit, almost kind of by default from B to a C+. Davis Bertans, I gave him a C- originally. Now, at the time I did that, Davis was bricking. He wasn't doing what he was paid to do. Defensively, he was a liability. His defense IQ was just pretty bad. He always down in the paint, and you got a three-point shooter all the way over there, wide open now, because he's helping so hard. And my updated grade for Davis Bertans, he goes from a C- to a B. So that's a pretty decent jump for him. He's played better basketball as of late. He's been hitting his three-pointers. That's pretty much all it is for him. As long as you're doing what you're paid to do, you're automatically going to get a good grade. Just by default, because you're doing what you were paid to do. Unlike before. So, before he wasn't, so he got a C-, almost a D. Now, he's hitting more shots. He's had multiple good shooting games. Defensively, if he's shooting the way he's shooting, defensively, you can live with it. Even though he hasn't been horrible defensively as of late. But the main thing is the shooting. That changes the offense for everybody. That makes life easier for all the other players on the team. So if he's hitting his shots, everything just goes better with that offense. It flows better with that offense. And that's what he has done recently up to this midway point in the season. So for that, he goes from a C- to a B. Borderline B+, honestly. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. But I'll give him a B. Isak Bonga. Originally he had a C+, and due to lack of playing time and just having spot minutes, because like in that Boston Celtics game, he came in, he helped change the game. Defensively, he played really well, but he couldn't make a three-pointer. All of his shots were open, and he kept missing it. And that is why he continues to get inconsistent minutes. You got to be able to make your catch-and-shoot wide-open threes. You just have to. So I will go from a C+ to a C. I will drop him down from that C+ to a C due to the lack of playing time. So it's not really much to talk about with Bonga. Rui Brown Jr., originally he had a D+. He also has a lack in playing time. But what I've seen from him in the times he has gotten his spots minutes, I, have been happy with what I saw. Like that game in Miami. I believe Russ wasn't playing. Yeah, Russ wasn't playing. The first game in Miami when they were down in Miami, he played, Rui Brown Jr. played backup point guard. And he played well. And I was impressed. And his spot minutes that he's came in and played, he's been playing pretty decent. So I will go from a D+ and I would give him a C. I would give him some love and show him a C. I was pretty hard on him in the first video. This video, I'm going to give him some love. I'm going to say a C. Garrison Matthews, who I missed out on the first video. I don't know how I did that. I said everybody else but him. Garrison Matthews. He had no rating because I forgot about him. But Garrison Matthews gets a solid B for me. He's in the starting lineup. He's worked his way into the starting lineup. 3-point shooter. So as long as he's hitting the shots, he's doing well. But he does a lot of things that, a lot of pure spot-up shooters don't do. He hustles. He tries to get after it. Yes, he's not the biggest guy. He's not the longest guy. But he has the hustle to try to make up for it. The guy plays his butt off, and you can do nothing but respect guys like that. He's a big part of why the Wizards' defensive rating is better than it was when the season originally started. So adding all of that into trying to be more than just a J.J. Redick or Kyle Korver type player or a Davis Bertans type player. He's trying to do his thing defensively as well, even when he may be overmatched. So he gets a solid B for me. Garrison Matthews is a solid B. I like him. That's my guy. Thomas Bryant, gave him a B last video. Still B, out with the ACL. He was on the bench for the last couple games, I believe. He was on the bench for the Wizards their last couple home games. So that's good to see him back out on the bench supporting the guys. So B. Rui Hachimura. I gave him a B+ in his last video. In my last video, I gave him a solid B+. It was the highest rating. This video, I think I want to give Rui a B. I'm going to give Rui a B. I'm going to drop him down a little bit. I'm going to give him a B. Now, defensively, he has done a great job. He's had to check Dame Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James. The list goes on. Especially on that West Coast trip. Defensively, he has done the best of it to his abilities that he could. And similar to Garrison Matthews, he's been a big reason why the Wizards' defensive rating and defensive efficiency numbers have improved over the span of games that they've been winning. Now, the drop-off, I would say, has been offensively. His three-point percentage has dropped. Some games he, isn't really that locked in. Like, they played the Grizzlies today. Their last game against the Grizzlies, he didn't really do anything offensively. He struggled offensively, even though the whole offense struggled. So, due to the drop-off offensively, I'm going to drop him down from a B+ to just a B. But all in all, I'm still very impressed with Rui Hachimura. And I'm happy for him. I'm looking at him today. I want him to have a good game and a big game today against the Grizzlies and his former teammate Brandon Clark. I want him to have a good game today. So I'm going to be looking for him. But I will drop him down to a B from a B+. Now, Robin Lopez. Originally, I gave him a C. I trashed him a little bit. But, like I said in my recent videos, I give credit where credit is due. Robin Lopez, he'll go from a C to a B. I'll give him a B. We'll give Robin Lopez a B. He's been a very key factor in the Wizards' turnaround. I can't deny that. Can't act like it's not a thing. He's had games like against the Denver Nuggets, against Nikola Jokic, where his impact has just been felt, and it's the best you can do. You know, and there's issues with Scott Brooks sometimes, like against the Clippers, where you'll overextend him a little bit. Like he's getting crushed by Zubac, and Mo Wagner may be the better option. But for the most part, Robin Lopez has helped, you know, improve this team's record. And there's no denying that. Numbers-wise, he's a part of the best lineup that the Wizards have. Numbers-wise, he's the center for that lineup. So, I will give him a C, and from a C to a B. A whole letter jump. Credit when credit is due. My fair man. Raul Neto, I gave him a B+ in my original video. I will continue and keep the same letter grade. I will give him a B+. I've been impressed with him still. He still has surpassed my expectations. He had a game where he had like 5 steals, I believe. I forgot who it was against, but he's one of those, you know, hustle guys. He's helping defensively because he plays with hustle. You know, when he has to strap up, he did it when they played the Nuggets in Denver. And Jamal Murray in one of the closing possessions at the end of the game. You know, he manned up. He fought over the screen. He was manning up with Jamal Murray. He may not be the biggest guy. He may not be the longest guy. You know what I mean? But he tries. He hustles his butt off out there. And those guys like Raul and guys like Garrison, you need guys like that. They may not have the intangibles, you know, to be the next lockdown guy. But you know, they hustle. They play hard. And those are the guys you want on your team. And those are the guys you want playing. Because you know they're going to give you all they got every time they're out there on the court. It's not much more you can ask for that. So B+ for Raul Neto. I keep that grade the same. Ish Smith, last video I gave him a C-. He's been injured. He's been out. I'm going to keep that the same, C-. Moritz Wagner. Last video I gave him a C due to lack of hand time. It was kind of by default. But now your guy's a starter. He's a starter. I will give Mo Wagner a solid B. You know, he's helped rejuvenate the Wizards. He's in that starting lineup. The Wizards with the lineup, with him starting in it. And this whole new starting lineup is good. The record's been good. In the Clippers game, he played huge. He had a huge corner 3 clutch late in the 4th against the Clippers in their last game. Now, some matchups, you know, he kind of looks outmatched. Like, Nikola Jokic kind of overpowers him. Joel Embiid probably will overpower him, and he'll, you know, may have to go with Alex Len or Robin Lopez. So, but for the most part, his help offensively with his ability to stretch the floor helps everybody. It helps Brad. It helps Russ especially. And, you know, he brings that energy. Another one of those energy guys that you want to have out there on the court playing. He may not be, you know, the biggest guy in intangible-wise. He ain't going to be the next lockdown center. But he's one of those guys who brings the energy. He hustles. He gets in the right spot. That's why he's always towards the top of the league in charges. I mean, I'll give him a B. From a C to a B, a whole letter grade. Props to Mo Wagner. That's my guy. Now, Russell Westbrook. You guys waiting for this. Russell Westbrook. I gave him a C in the original video. I gave him a C. My upgraded letter grade for Russell Westbrook, I give him a very nice B+. He goes from a C to a B+. And the reason I give him a B+ is, you know, he looks healthier out there. He has done things that has helped the team. His play style has improved. He's taken less threes and focused more on attacking, getting to the free throw line, even though he needs to make those free throws. He really needs to make those free throws. And getting his guys involved. Now, Like I said, you're going to live and die by Westbrook taking mid-range shots and things like that. That's just going to come with the territory. But for the most part, play style-wise has improved. Him getting to the free throw line and attacking and breaking down defenses, that has improved. His chemistry with the team in general has improved. Now, you know, there's always going to be complaints. There's always going to be issues. But for the most part, I think he's just been a key factor. And for the Wizards to have turned the record around like this, he has had to be a big factor in it. By default, he's the other star player on the team. So by default, he has had to been playing well for the team to have been 8-3 in their last 11 games. So he goes from a C to a B plus to me. I've been, you know, happy with the improvement of Russell Westbrook's play over the beginning of the season into now. I think anybody can admit that. Anybody. From the beginning of the season until now, you have to be happy with the improvement in his play and play style. And finally, we have Bradley Beal. Last video, I gave him an A. This video, I stayed with that rating. I give him an A. You don't get an A plus when you below 500. You can't. You know, I know leader in points and all that stuff. I don't give out A pluses when your team is below 500. You know, they fighting right now. They trying to get in playoff spots, trying to avoid the play-in tournament, period. You know, step by step, you know, little step by little step. But, I mean, Bradley Beal has been on a tear. He's been doing what he always does, doing this play. Nothing's really changed. I mean, as a team and everybody, defensively, they've been more locked in. But he's always just been scoring, doing his thing. He's improved late in fourth quarters. In my opinion, he has. Like in that Lakers game. And when they went to OT, he helped close that out. I mean, it's not much to say about Bradley Beal that's different from the last time I talked about him. You guys know what it is. I mean, elite. Simple. Elite scorer. One of the best scorers in the league. One of the best pure scorers in the league. I mean, there's not much more to say about Beal. He keeps that A grade. And that's pretty much all I got for right now, guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully after Memphis Grizzlies defeat. You know, hopefully the Wizards lose. I mean, I'm sorry. Hopefully the Washington Wizards win. Hopefully they win. So I can come on here happy, guys. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.